I'm Edwin Ellis. I'm a research partner affiliated with the University of Kansas Center for Research on Learning. And I'm also the author of a book called The Framing Routine, which really features a type of hierarchic graphic organizer we call the frame, and a variety of ways of using it when providing strategic instruction. A number of teachers have suggested that I develop some software that features the frame that provides teachers with digital versions of these so they can be used with computers, laptops, and tablets and so forth. So that's what I've done. This is a tour of the interactive frames for strategic instruction software. So what I'll be doing is demonstrating how the software is used and giving you an idea of the various types of resources that are found in the software. This is the main menu of the software, so let's take a look at how it's laid out. There are two major sections, and in this section are a series of pictures of graphic organizers featuring different numbers of main ideas. So for example, you have a 1 main idea frame, a 2 main idea frame, 3 main ideas, etc. If you click on Sample, what opens up is an example of how a teacher used that particular frame. So each of these has samples associated with it. There are two types of instructional resources. One are interactive PDF files, and so if I click on Color, what opens up is a PDF file that's interactive in the sense that you can type on these and then save these to folders once your work is completed. So for each of the various frames in the software, we have provided a color version of a PDF file as well as an interactive blackline version. The interactive PDF versions of the frames are great for tablets like iPads that accept Adobe Reader documents, and there are just a ton of ways you can use them in that context. For example, you can email the frames to students, they can complete their work on the tablets and email the completed work back to you. Another cool way of using these is to create frame wikis using Google Docs so that different students can contribute to different portions of the frame at different times and they can go back and edit them and so forth. In addition to the interactive PDF files for each of the various versions of the frames, the software also includes a color PowerPoint slide with built-in animation. So for an example, if I click on Color here for 2 main ideas, what opens up is a PowerPoint slide for that frame. You can use these PowerPoint slides when projecting the frame using an LCD projector or smartboard or Promethean board, and then facilitate guided note-taking as you're exploring the various ideas associated with the lesson. Then what you can do is activate the PowerPoint show in order to review the lesson, and because the animation's built in, one component of the frame shows up at a time, which makes it kind of an ideal way to review it. Likewise, you can email the completed version of the PowerPoint to students. They can use the built-in animation to self-test as they're studying for a test. So far we've been looking at this first section of the software, which essentially provides a series of main idea frames ranging from 1 main idea up to 8 main ideas. In the section below, we're going to look at more specialized versions of 4 of these frames. In each one of these, we have a section at the top where students take notes, like 1 main idea, 2 main idea, 3 main ideas, etc. But each one of these has an additional section at the bottom of the visual that allows students to convert their notes at the top into prose at the bottom. So these visuals are really good for helping students plan their writing at the top and then convert that writing into paragraphs or short essays at the bottom. For an example, here's what the 1 main idea PDF version of this looks like. And so this is just like the earlier one we looked at, that's the more traditional version, but there's a section at the bottom to convert these ideas into notes. Here's an example of how a student used that. In this example, students took notes about geothermal energy here and then converted those notes into a short essay about it at the bottom. If you're interested in accessing these instructional resources, CDs, multi-user licenses, or bulk purchases of the interactive frame software, as well as the Framing Routine book, is available at Edge Enterprises, and their website is edgeenterprisesinc.com. Phone number is 877-767-1487, and also you can access an immediate download of the software at makesensestrategies.com.